So I'll bring you over here and show you this from a little different angle. What makes these hard is, see where this nut is up under this. So there's no way to put a socket onto that. And it's hard to get a wrench in here because it has to go up inside of there. Now this one is pretty easy. So what I'm using back during my lifetime, I've often made wrenches like this one. This is just an old wrench that I bent. But being bent, I can get this up in there to hold that. See how that works? But I can't get the air wrench on this because this ball is in the way, so I can't get an air wrench on that. So I wind up having to turn this, I call it by hand. I can take this little 9/16 here. Now after I raise this, I can shoot that in with an air wrench, but from here I have to take the 9/16 and work it up in here. And then I have to turn this and hold this one little turn at a time, like this. Now I have some of these little wrenches here, like this one, that has a built-in ratchet. The problem with that is this head won't fit up in there because the washer underneath is bent, so I can't get the head of that up onto that screw because the part that sticks out gets in the way. So that's what makes this a little bit difficult. But once I raise it up, it'll be a lot easier to tighten back up once I move that roller up closer to the bottom of the boat. So this does take a while, and you know, it's not fun, but it's not dreadful. You know, I've come to a place where I'm learning more and more to enjoy every moment of my life. And what I mean by that is, I used to find that lots of times when I was working, I would feel stress, and the stress made me not really enjoy what I was doing. But lately, I've been really focusing on not being stressed out, and I know it sounds weird, but literally enjoying the work. I used to, and I didn't realize this until I gave it some thought, but people talk a lot about controlling your breathing. Well, that never made sense to me, because I mean, you're going to breathe, and I don't know what there is to control. You know, you either breathe or you die. But it occurred to me that I used to hold my breath a lot. I'd be working on something, and I'd hold my breath, and then I'd breathe in a little gasp. And I'd hold my breath and I'd work some more. And it took me a while to kind of think about that and realize I don't have to breathe that way. I can relax the way I breathe, which makes me more relaxed altogether. I don't know if it's helpful to say that, because some of you may never thought about it or may never think about how you breathe, but it does make a difference. It makes a difference in how tired you get and how long you can do something before you get absolutely wore out. So I'm just putting that out there, something to think about. Of the many things that you probably already have to think about, there's just one more. But the nice thing about that is if you create situations where you enjoy what you're doing, even though what you're doing, you might not think of it as being fun, it becomes a lot more fun when you think of it in that way. Like, you know, I can think about, well, I'm going to be dead. I had one of my best friends I've known since high school died last week. She was awesome. I talked about her a little bit before. I've been down to her house and played some banjo with her a couple of times. She was on dialysis. But you know, you only get one life, and you never know when it's going to be over. And people just drop dead and die every day, just like Dead Out Dan is. But if you can do something like this and think about, you know, I always wanted a boat like this. I always wanted to fix up a boat like this. I wanted to personally make it mine. And, you know, Bill pulled the trailer over with the car today, and he made the comment, that trailer didn't rattle one little bit. And that's made me proud, because, well, I made this trailer, and I made it so it wouldn't rattle, and I made it so it would pull good, and I made it so it would balance well. And, you know, those are all things that I'm doing that, even though they're work, they're also fun, especially if I think about it as being fun. little bit hard to get a wrench on it. Maybe if I loosen the bottom though, that it's loose enough for me to push that up. It's hard to get the wrench to fit on the head of that. It's kind of in the way. I might have to loosen that one by hand. I might have to get an opening in the wrench to put on. Maybe I can turn that one from the inside. Sometimes you can't get to it good from the outside, but you can get like in here. I can get that onto that. Like this. That worked. That looks pretty good right there. See, that gets this roller up to the bottom of the boat here. So I've got a little more support. Now I've got support out here. You can see this fin is sitting on this board, and then that middle fin is sitting on that high board. And this is riding on this, which should give this a pretty good ride onto and off of the boat. They got a few little places like this where it looks like it was on that roller when it was on the other trailer. That could be touched up, but at the same time there's no holes in that and no leakage. So and this, yeah, I think this is okay. I think the whole boat is okay under here. The boat is dirty, and the boat will get dirty. By the way, there's a spot that came probably from the other trailer, but these are better, have better padded, and they're set up better than the previous ones were. See, there's a spot right there, and I've got some stuff I could put on that pretty easily. But I think, for all intents and purposes, this is a very much better trailer. I'm very happy with the way it's set up. I might come under here and staple these things up. Right now they're just hanging down, but not that it probably matters too much, but I could pull those under and staple them to the bottom of that if I wanted to. Although, like I say, I don't know if there's much benefit to it. So the other thing that I want to do probably is check the bearings on this trailer, make sure that they're all good, and might be about all. Might be enough stuff down here. I've got a little bit of stuff to do in the boat, but that might take care of this part back under here. Alrighty then. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you're doing well and life's treating you good. And if it's not, just learn to deal with it. That's all I can say. Say hi to Mom and them.